And welcome back to another episode of Football Tussle. Try and keep it quick and brief. What's it called? Last week we had technical issues.
Like our
This week
title
we have,
race.
yeah, well, this time, what's it called? We have time issues there. No better place to start than where the title race finally ended at the Emirates of all places at home. Over to you, Grand Champ. Commiserations.
Listen, we all knew the title race was over when we drew that game against Southampton, to be honest. But for me, it was even a bit back when we drew to West Ham. I said, listen, you can't. Liverpool were expected to lose or draw against, but the West Ham and the Southampton games were unforgivable. And the performance yesterday with Brighton. Look, right now I'm very disappointed. I keep seeing many fans saying, "Oh, we had a great season." Let's not pretend. It's been a disappointing season considering the opportunity that was presented. Maybe next season, when we're in the Champions League, we could look back and say, you know what, last season was a good season because now we're in the Champions League. But right now, with it still being raw, I can't say we've had a great season. I'm grateful for the fact that we're playing Champions League, but I could only reflect on this season properly next season when I have a chance to look back. But listen, I'm not even downhearted about it. So yeah, we could just move on with that. Credit to Man City.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Yeah.
Right.
What's it called? Well, there you are. Brilliant performance from Brighton. They played like they were the home team. Obviously, Brighton nowadays are one of the teams of the season there. We've already given the manager, what's it called?
We have,
yeah.
The thing with Brighton recently have not been on the best form. They've been topsy-turvy.
But it's
they take the big boys though. When it comes to the big teams, they take scalps.
You say that the only disappointing result they've had obviously was the one against Everton. What's it called? Where they blew themselves 5-1 at home. Obviously, they had the side effects of them losing to Man United in the FA Cup semi-finals, but they got their revenge there. But for me, what's it called? Brighton played excellently. Arsenal were poor from almost from the starting whistle to the end of the whistle there, final whistle. But yeah, I think Arsenal, where they, as you said, they've lost it, was those games when you play Liverpool, West Ham and Southampton, you're looking at minimum 7 points. To only get 3 points there is unforgivable. As you said, anything against Liverpool, because you've never won there before for a long time. So 2-0 up, yes, disappointing to finish there 2-2. But the other two games, when you're in control, you see them out and get the 6 points there.
Man. Come on, man.
And then, well, Arsenal, hopefully, they will talk about youngest team in the Premiership. Yeah, when they were going good, it was good. They were virtually top of the table for I think 200 days or whatever. Most points at one stage in January are 43 points, and no one's ever lost the title with that at points. All sorts of unwanted records. But the only thing is, next season, if he can get some investments in like another striker, they will need possible another centre back because Libra broke down and it was never seen again. What's it called? Thomas Partey, can he be trustworthy there? Because Jorginho is just a journeyman, possibly just brought in to try and get them over the line to try and win the Prem, but it didn't work. But Jesus, there's a reason he's never scored 20 more goals up to, I think his highest in the Premiership is maybe 15, if that. If Arsenal are going to challenge for the title or try and do one better,
he needs to do more. He needs to do more. He needs to score
more than 20. Martinelli needs to do what he's doing now, but
I feel like the output from the all players, and I don't feel more. I can't blame Odegaard and Martinelli this last few games. Is Saka?
No, you can't. Saka's falling asleep, and he wants £300,000 a week.
Exactly. No, £300 a week in the big game. You show up.
That's it. Moving on, well done to Brighton. It looks like they're going to end the season at least with maybe a Europa League spot there anyway. So that'd be a brilliant season there, especially for this new manager anyway. So well done, plaudits to them. Moving on to Man City, it was a formality win over relegation strugglers Everton. It's just once again, as we said about Liverpool, even Arsenal, we've been saying it numerous seasons about Man City. Goals come from all angles. Once again, Gundogan
doing back-to-back braces, doing some showing his great technique, and
Yeah.
Quality
One of the goals
players,
of the
bro.
season. Yeah,
Quality player,
yeah.
man.
So,
Quality player.
and you thought Everton, obviously, that's a free hit kind of game still. But at the end of the day, Everton they laid nothing on, and they didn't even lay a glove on them. On City there or Edison. So at the end of the day,
They couldn't.
Don't
They
put them
couldn't.
there. I know Man City winning the title every season can get boring, as I saw there still. Not our fault. This time it was Arsenal's fault anyway. But yeah, so as it Haaland got his 36 goal of the Premiership season and the record breaking
Same old
season.
story, man. Same old story.
That's 52 in all competitions. So I think he's 11 off 63.
What was the conversation me had off camera with you saying you think Haaland could make up to 60 goals this season? You think it's still could
well, he still could because obviously he's still got what? How many Prem games is that left there anyway?
I was thinking about
he's got 3 Prem games. He might not even play in all of them. So 3 Prem games. If he can get 4 goals in that game, that'll take him to
55,
56. 50 because you're 52 already. 52 already.
If he gets 3 plus 3,
he gets 4 goals. I said 4 goals.
Sorry, my
take
bad.
him to 56. I get a couple in the FA Cup semi-final. I mean, in the final, possibly. He still could get it. It's not gonna be easy. He needs a hat trick somewhere in a quick one. But anyway, well done to the Man City. Looks like another Prem there, going for the record-breaking treble. As for Everton, they knew they were going to lose that game. They have to look at the game on the weekend to try and get something. But moving on anyway, still
tight. It's super tight down there.
Yeah, moving on there, we'll fly through the games anyway because we want to try and keep this episode short and sweet there still. We'll talk about Newcastle on a bit of a wobble there still. The Callum Wilson and Isaac combination didn't really work in that game, even though Wilson got a brace.
What do you mean? Isaac did no. I just feel like Newcastle
in that game.
Yeah. I just feel like Newcastle. Yeah, he bought the. I just feel like
I don't know what game you're watching, but he didn't do an assist in that game.
No, he held to the penalty. He was one that flicks to get
those fantasy league assists. Okay,
relax. Yeah, have some beer. You know,
it's you that needs a bit of shandy there after Arsenal's performance. You need something stronger. Go this gin.
I don't need nothing. I already knew the season was going to be drought there. That's all I need right here.
Or do you need Nigerian roots?
The water there, just the water, just
there
water.
You go. Well done. Anyway,
but no. With you made me lose my train of thought. Newcastle. No. With Newcastle, I feel like they're gonna make Champions League. They're almost there. They're gonna make it.
Well, they're almost there, but what's it called? Their next game, obviously, we'll talk about that if we get enough time. What's it called? Brighton. So that's a big game because obviously, hopefully, Brighton haven't used all their power against you. But as for Leeds have shown a bit more fight in the last couple of games. They lost in the first game under Big Sam there 2-1 to Man City, and then in this game they did well to come back from being 2-1 down. Obviously, because you think once Newcastle go up, you think that it's going to end maybe 2-1 or maybe 3 or 4. So they did well to get a battling point there. Still, obviously, they need a bit more because they're still in the bottom 3. But there's still a possibly a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. But we'll watch that space as well. Relegation, and if Newcastle can cement the top 4 place, moving on to another team that's been on wonderful form. I think apart from Arsenal and Man City, Arsenal, Villa has had the third best points ratio since Emery took over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, brilliant performance there once again over
falling
Spurs.
Spurs
nonsense on the pitch, nonsense going off the pitch. They're no closer to getting a new manager because I heard that Nagelsmann is being ruled out.
Yeah, who wants to go to Spurs? The thing is, the Spurs, listen, Levy is going to lie. There will be investments, there will be that, you go there, there's nothing going on. It's the same crap. You look at the whole of Spurs. They remind me of what Arsenal used to be like with Socrates and Papa. It's awful. The whole...
it's a broken record.
Everything. Listen, even they have to count losses on Richarlison. Yeah,
Well, I mean, I heard that Barcelona may be interested in him. Maybe if Barcelona, you know, they try and be cheap and say we'll give you 30 or 35,000. I mean, 35,000. They will love that. What's it called, Barcelona? Actually. But yeah, what's it called? No pigeon dance. I saw that from Gabby on Talksport for what's it called, one of the worst buys there still. But definitely, Spurs at the moment, if they're lucky, they deserve their level anyway. In European level, Spurs' level is conference anyway. Let's be truthful, because they can't even win Europa. They definitely can't win Champions League. So maybe conference will be their first ever trophy for Harry Kane. That looks like he's going to stay there most likely. But well done to Aston Villa. They're having a wonderful season. As I said, third most points after Man City and Arsenal there. And if they can maybe finish above Spurs, they can get a Europa Conference spot themselves. So it's them and Spurs. Yeah.
Because the level on
we'll
points.
See how that goes.
Because the level on points.
Chelsea. Yeah. Moving on to Chelsea. The sterling pound finally raised a little bit still.
No. I'm sorry.
No sterling pound there. Is it below the euros?
It's still below. It's below par, man. Listen, Sterling break. I was looking at his reaction the other day and how he was reacting. You would have thought he had scored a goal to get Chelsea into the Champions League, or he had scored a goal to win a cup, or he scored a goal to ensure that they. No. All of them have been
rubbish.
Awful.
You're saying this rubbish.
All of them have been awful. None of them, when they score, they should go back to basics, go back to the touchline and just play and finish the season. This is crap.
And that's it. What's it called? Finish the season. Yes. I mean, a good battling point there for Forest, because then Forest normally away from home are poor. You think once Chelsea go up and possibly they hold the lead there still, but nowadays, as I said, Chelsea can never be counted in the accumulator. The only good things for Chelsea that they didn't lose, because you normally have them down to lose. So Forest, it was a good battling point, because anything you can get down there when you're battling the relegation, you take.
No, for me, Forest are safe.
Well, not yet. Not quite yet, is it?
I think they're going to be safe.
At the moment, 34 points. I mean, Leicester, I don't see Leicester winning it. Even if Leicester win.
For me, Leeds, Leicester, look, who are Leeds playing? Yeah, for me, Leeds.
Because Leicester's got Newcastle, I think, away. And then they got West Ham at home on the last day of the season, Leicester. But that might not be enough, depending on what Everton do. Everton have got Wolves away, and I think they've got Bournemouth at home.
Yep.
So what's it called? You would say possibly Leeds, the teams that are still the two teams. Obviously, Southampton's gone officially, so Leeds and Leicester.
They're gone, yeah.
Yeah, it could be gone for them still. We'll keep an eye on it as we always do. But moving on, Palace there under the old Grandad Hodgson there, great Grandad Hodgson there. What's it called? Eze, that Vieira hardly played. Possibly that cost his job there. He's a shining light there. Possibly their best player after because even though Saha has been a bit quiet, but Eze and Elise, they've been the shining lights there for Crystal Palace this season.
Elise is a good player, man. Chipped in with the assist.
Assist king as well. Assist king, yeah.
Assist king. But Eze and Elise, I think for me, Eze is taking that mantle. He's not taking away from Zaha completely, but you don't need to rely on Zaha anymore.
He's the heir to the throne, because Zaha's leaving this summer. So they've got a replacement, and they won't miss him.
Oh wow! You think Zaha said he was leaving?
Well, the contract's finished, and there's the contract's up in the summer, and there's no closer to because normally you don't wait this long for a contract to be signed when you're out of contracts in the summer.
Yeah, true.
So it most likely looks like he might want maybe one hurrah somewhere. Spurs would be a good fit for him. Maybe Spurs could get him. Play Europa Conference there still. They need a bit of pace and something there still. They offer more than what's it called, Ricarlison or whatever his name is. But yeah, well done to Palace there. Bournemouth, as we know,
it's still the same
from relegation anyway.
It's still the same profile. No, I'm just saying it's still the same profile of players. Zaha, Richarlison,
free transfer. It's a free transfer.
I guess.
Yeah, so it's a decent signing for them, free transfer. Definitely none of the other teams will take him. Moving on to a team that is battling to try and finish in the top four there. Man United there, they got their scraped over the line against another, my favorite word, toothless Wolves there still. Against your acclaimed manager Lopetegui, even though we don't know if he's going to stay there, even if he stays there, which he looks like he's going to do that. He's too good a manager for such lowly teams.
Exactly.
Man United put there to because Rashford got injured and Mr. Injury Prone Marshall scored, and then obviously Garnacho came back from his injury.
Well done, the kid. That kid's good, man. The kid's good. The kid's very good because
he's outshining the likes of Sancho and Anthony.
Whenever he plays, whenever he plays, he makes a difference. He makes a difference. A good player.
Yeah,
a good player.
So those two better watch out for even though Sancho's not even a proper starter.
I can't even understand. His declining has been wow.
Wow. It's a blow there still. So yeah. Moving on to a formality win there for Fulham there against relegated Southampton there. And the only talking note of this game was that Mitrovic returns from his 8-game suspension there with a goal there still. So that was it was a nice return for him. But as for Southampton there, we look at the team and we'll talk about going to the Sunday market on a Sunday to try and see who we can get for cheap there still. Maybe Ward-Prowse, maybe the guy called Akaraz or whatever.
Akaraz, that's it, man.
Yeah, apart from that, there's not much you're looking at. There's that defender, the black guy, I forgot his name, he's injured there still.
The one, Lay something? Nah.
He's injured there, but there's only about, as you said, 2 or 3 players. Apart from that, it's not the Southampton of the old where you would rate them for like Mane and Van Dijk and Lallana and all those kind of things. Then it's not those days.
The finish. I forgot Maitland-Niles was there.
Yeah, well, you would think that still because, as you said, he's done nothing there still. No miles on the clock, literally. But yeah, Fulham a mid-table finish. They've done well. They're still moving on to tonight's game. They're still Leicester. You wouldn't think that they're fighting for their life. This is normally a bogey ground for Liverpool, the King Power. But there was no King Power for them. There was no
power. There's no power. No power in the lights. No power.
Is it Nepa? They didn't put no money in the meter or whatever. No gasoline, no generator.
He's not been charged there. For me, Leicester are gone, and it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame to see a team that won the Premier League. They won the FA Cup what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, they're gone.
Once again, Liverpool are still.
Well, you could drink to that. Then you could drink to that. You could drink to that. You drink to Liverpool trying to sneak in the Champions League. Drink to that. You're mad.
Their best. Their best run for at least, I think, is it 14 months? 7 on the bounce there still. And for as I said, unlikely goal scorer, because I always talk about Liverpool's main problem is obviously the dead midfield where there's no goals. Even though brilliant performance from Curtis Jones, Curtis Jones is a squad player.
Before Curtis Jones got injured at the start of the season, he was playing. And he was playing well. The boy's got something.
He must have been looking at a different game. Curtis Jones was not playing nowhere, sir. But
he wasn't playing nowhere. Should I pull it out for you?
Yeah, pull it out there because I'm a Liverpool fan. Good. Hold on. Just take it easy.
Okay, go on. Keep talking, then. I'm gonna bring you back to this.
Where's your bottle of water?
I don't need. You probably need it on your face. You know?
But anyway, well done, Liverpool. Salah a hat trick of assists there. I mean, if he had scored that easy chance, which the whole of Liverpool players and even the fans couldn't believe that he missed it. Still, he would have been. I think that would have made him 19 or 20 goals there in the Prem for the 5th time in a row or something. But anyway, Liverpool, all you can do is win your games and hope either Newcastle or Man United slip up again or something. So, but well done, Liverpool. Keep up the good battling there still. Shows you next season, if we can get things correctly in the midfield and defense, we can go back to challenging Man City. It looks good.
If hindsight is a good thing.
But last season, Klopp made a mistake regarding the midfield. He can't make that mistake twice.
Okay.
But we're moving on there. What's it called? Brentford there. It was a formality win over West Ham. West Ham are almost safe from relegation there. And they had one eye on the Europa League conference and semi-final there. That's why they made about 4 or 5 changes from the lineup against Brentford there in that game. If you can see, there was all sorts being played in that game. I think Moyes is thinking that the teams below them will not get enough points there still, because what they on there on 7. You don't see Leicester. Definitely Leicester. The most they can get now is 36.
Yeah,
so they can't
I feel with that is because
Leeds can't catch them as well.
Leeds can't catch them. If Everton could catch, actually Leeds could catch them. If West Ham lose the last next 2 games,
it's a goal difference. Look at the goal difference.
Yeah, that's why. That's the thing. So if you look at the goal difference and 4, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what's it called? So you would say that the people that are battling relegation, Nottingham Forest, Everton, Leeds, and Leicester for the last 2 spots there still. But well done, Brentford. They won that game without the injured Tony there still. And it's another good season there, finishing in mid-table in the top 10 there still. So yeah, I think that's all the fixtures there, isn't it? We miss any? I think that's all of them anyway.
That's it. We just got the Champions League. We've got the Champions League. What do you think for the Champions League quickly before we go?
I think Real Madrid will pull it off.
I hope so. I don't want to try. I mean, I hate Real Madrid winning the Champions League all the time, but
but we don't want. Do we want Man City winning a historical treble there?
No, I don't need that. Not on my watch.
There you are. So you're going for Real Madrid like me.
Likewise, yes, of course.
Last week you got the Milan derby wrong there still. I went with Inter, you went with AC Milan. Now the tables are turned. It's Inter versus AC Milan at home, even though they're both home teams anyway. I'm going for Inter to get the job done.
Oh, likewise.
Yeah. So what's it called? So yeah, that's it there still. But yeah, that's it. What's it called? Trying to do a quick football tussle there. Listen, get back watching there, because I don't know what's happening in the last couple of weeks. I know it's a long season and it gets a bit tiring.
It does get a bit tiring. It gets a bit tiring. But not easy, guys.
Show the support.
All right.
Hard work.
Very good. Exactly. Have a good evening, guys.